Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Surviving the impeachment trial? I'm going to stall here for a minute so the notification goes out. So if you have any issues with YouTube, just back out of the chat and come back in. Today was a roller coaster again. It's like going from tears to anger to tears to anger. Yesterday, at least we had the comic relief of Trump's lawyers, right? Is there an echo? My echo cancellation's turned on. Okay, no echo for most people. I'll take that as a plus. Hey, Trez, I owe you an email. I saw you emailed me. Okay, I'm not sure where to start. I want to look at some impeachment stuff, but I've got some other stuff I want to look at too. So, let's start with Biden stopped the massive Saudi arms deal, $478 million in arms sales. The Saudis were selling part of it off to Al Qaeda in the Middle East, and it was a big old mess. Oh, hey, Beth. Hey, Brandon. Got moderators in here. Connie's here. Yay. Okay. I think I saw a Lucky Larry girl. So I want to look first at Pompeo. How's he feeling about Biden canceling the arms deal? Because that was kind of his thing. Artie's over on the sofa sleeping. Obama had stopped selling arms to the Saudis. That all started under Nixon. For those that don't know, little history. And we had arms sales to the Saudis all through the years until Obama. Obama stopped it. I believe it was in 2012. He was the first one to stop it. So Biden is... Yeah, let's see. Pompeo. It's going to burden his finances. Why would that be, Mr. Pompeo? All this money, all the money he was counting on, gifts of money showing up right in the middle. He's all anxious about it. He's waiting on his share because he had a cut, it looks like. Selling arms in the world, and now he is burdened. He doesn't get his share. There was an agreement. The truth seemed to come out a little bit here, so I think Biden knew something was going on and blocked it. I think this is Biden's wife. She likes to go on shopping trips and be all smug at everything. And this was manifesting money. She's like, now you got to go get a job. She's like, you go get a job somewhere in the government or I'm leaving. She wants the money. Wow. Okay, so Pompeo's not going to get his money. Giuliani had a phone call to the Ukraine. The Times, Becca was telling me about this. The Times released a transcript of the phone call from July 22nd, 2019, where he was pressuring them and threatening them to dig up dirt on Hunter Biden. So how's this going to go for Giuliani now that Ukraine has released a transcript of the phone call? Yeah, I meant Pompeo, Pompous. Did I say somebody else's name? Sorry. Giuliani, phone call to Ukraine from 2019, right in the middle of the quid pro quo. Thank you, Brandon. Love right back at you. Got the Fool on the bottom here, so let's see. He promised connections to Trump and all kinds of stuff in the transcript. Yeah, he kind of walked away from Trump. But the challenge is he's going to get in a big old fight over this phone call. A new action is already in the ethers here. He's going to be put in defense mode. He's going to try to lie about it and say that they lied in the transcript, that that's not what he said. But this is revisiting him. Thank you, Desiree. This is definitely revisiting him. Yeah, overseas plans that got off the ground with, even bringing in some oligarchs, victory on releasing the phone call. This is going to be a tower moment for Giuliani. He manipulated security of a foreign leader. So quid pro quo. He manipulated the security of, what is the president of Ukraine? I forget his name, Zelensky or something. Hey, Becca. Yeah, this is all going to start something new for Giuliani that he's not going to like. This is treason. This is treacherous. Becca, is there any other question we should ask about Giuliani and this Zelensky? Yeah. Is there any other question I should ask about Giuliani and the Ukraine phone call? Thank you, Karen. Artie's on the sofa giving himself a spit bet. Oh, they're saying they want to participate in stripping his law license. Okay, let's see. Rudy, you going to lose your law license? I think that'll happen anyway, but how about participate in sending him to jail? Thank you, Sharon. And thank you, Mary Hall. And Karen. Ooh, y'all are super chatting so fast I can't keep up. Giuliani, you're going to lose your law license with the help of Ukraine. Yes, AJ, Becca is awesome with the charm readings. They're very intriguing and unique. Ooh, time's up, Rudy. Time is up. Sorry, I've got soot on my hand from lighting a candle earlier. Yeah, he's another fool. Everybody's walked away from him because he's a loser, like Trump. He's getting all Trump's cards now. There will be legal action done to our satisfaction. Thank you, Kay. It's already in the plans. They're coming in with investigators. And we're going to hear about this really soon. Also about shifting some money around. They're watching his money. The DOJ wanted to get, thank you, Astrid. The DOJ wanted to get a search warrant for Rudy back in like October, November sometime. And it was blocked by Trump's DOJ. So I want to see under Biden, will the Department of Justice get a search warrant on Rudy? Thank you, Joanne. Hugs right back to you. Thank you, Impish. Y'all are so sweet. I like to come on when it's been a rough couple of days. These videos that the Democrats are showing in the trial are just heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. Oh, thank you, Becca. So are they going to get a search warrant on Rudy now? See if he has Hunter Biden's laptop. That's success completion. Thank you, Ropass. Ooh, the tower is on Rudy right now. He is about, it's about to hit the fan for him. It is just... Johnny, if you're watching, you need to come on with me because I'm getting your hunting for a lawyer card here. It's like, where's my lawyer? Everything's out of balance. Yeah, he's trying to find support. And there is support for getting a search warrant on him. Thank you, Caroline. I think Rudy is going to have a hard time finding a lawyer. I think he's going to be out in the cold from getting a lawyer. Thank you, Marie. Steady money and bullying. So he's on the take. He's bullying. He's quid pro quoing. Yeah, there'll be all kinds of stuff. Corruption, treachery, treason. They're going to go after him for several things. Montagag, that is a great question. It is a question I keep getting that they are going to, and I know Becca does too, and Johnny does too, that they are going to convict Trump. And what we got Sunday night was that some of the Republicans just won't show up to vote, which means to get a majority, a 67% majority, if all the Republicans aren't there, is much easier because it's 67% of whoever shows up to do the vote to convict. But I was laughing because his lawyer, Castor, said, you don't need an impeachment trial. You just wait till he's out of office and indict him and arrest him. So I want to know, will they arrest Trump for inciting a riot? Will that be a federal charge? He's got the stupidest lawyers after taking so long to find some. Trump supposedly very pissed off at his lawyers for how they're handling his case. We're going to do a deeper dive on the lawyers here in a minute, but are they going to indict Trump with a federal crime from the Department of Justice for inciting? All these videos that are coming out that we haven't seen, that's probably from all the arrests they've been doing, especially a lot of the peanut butter boys they've been arresting, getting their cell phones and stuff, and getting all this video we haven't seen. Well, the victory card just flew out. Let's see. Is Trump going to get arrested? Somebody commented earlier on my community tab that Artie would make a better lawyer than Trump's team. So he'd make a better president. He'd make a better lawyer. Not better than Biden, but better than Trump. Ooh, there she is. The courts. Lady Justice. Whoa. I think they might, because he was sharing time, information, and resources and money, and trying to steal the election, gaslighting about it too during the transition, and moving them, into all of his militants, moving them into bullying and into the riot, into insurrection. This has been going on for a long time, which we saw today, how long, he's been planning this, but trying to make the government unstable and wow, just greed, because he couldn't take it go. There's going to be a big change. There's going to be a female investigator, or this could be one of the females that under Merrick Garland could be one of his deputies, because there was a national security risk, and even though he is gone, he's going to be put in defense mode. This will be Dark Night of the Soul for Trump. There's payouts too, because of payouts and deaths. Because deaths were involved. Burden and maybe looking at jail time. That brings up another question I have. Excuse me. Water. The police officer that died, what was his name? Began with an S. Sicklin or something, Sicklin, the one that laid in state in the Capitol. There's so many new character names coming out in this impeachment trial. Now I can't hang on to names in my head. Sicknick, thank you, Stephen. Sicknick and Carol, all of you. Sicknick, everybody at the same time. Sicknick. I want to know if his family is going to go after Trump in some sort of either wrongful death or murder or whatever. Yeah, like prayers for all of these officers. 140 injured. One lost his eye. Yeah, we had what they say, 7 deaths. Was police officer Sicknick's family. They thought they were happy when he was going to be a police officer at the Capitol. They thought he'd be safer there as a police officer. I mean, they could get him on like 2nd-degree murder or something. Something's coming in really quick on this. Thank you, Renee and Courtney. I don't think they've decided yet. I think they're because they're still grieving. Something's getting ready to happen quickly. I think the other thing I'm getting is they're watching the impeachment trial because he worked there in the Capitol. The challenge are the Republicans. They want to see if the Republicans support the impeachment because it affected national security. And I have my Pelosi card at the top of this. Thank you, Thelma. So they're looking to see if there's an agreement with the Republicans and how America responds. They're waiting to look at it with a different perspective based on how the impeachment trial goes. I think they think they've got a better chance in court if Trump gets convicted in the Senate. That's what it feels like. So they're kind of waiting. They're 50-50 on that right now. But there's so much corruption in the government that's part of the problem with in watching the trial. Oh, well, I was trying to figure out these. Thank you, Adventurous Spirit and Miter. I was trying to figure out what these last 5 cards were. This is his mother and father and the heartache they're feeling, and their son offering love up to them. I don't usually pick up on spirit that's recently departed. It usually takes a month or 2. But apparently he wanted them to know he's sending love. Biden cut or asked all of the U.S. attorneys to resign. Thank you, Scoopman. Except for 2. all the ones that were appointed by Trump. He asked all of them to step down. The two that he didn't, one of them was the one that's investigating Hunter Biden, which I think it's brilliant of Joe to not ask him to step down. Let him complete his investigation. We all know he's not going to find anything, right? I can't remember what the other one was. Another ongoing case. So he was leaving them alone, but he's asked all the others to step down. So I just want to ask, will they all resign? Oh yeah, thank you, Susan. The 2016 election fraud, the people that were investigating that, leaving them in place. I think that's very smart. Thank you, Laura. Artie's over here snoring, and so is Shelly. I think Lucy went back upstairs. Lucy likes to hang out upstairs. It stays warmer since heat rises upstairs. So she's got her little places upstairs she likes to stay. So will these U.S. attorneys all step down? Oh, hey, Adrian. I've got to catch up with your live from earlier tonight. I saw you had one on the chakra healings. Yeah, they're going to resign. They're going to retire. There's been a little delay on this. But yeah, because they worked together with Trump and shared information with him, and were a support structure for him. Their challenge is they don't want to get drawn up in court. They could end up in court themselves, but Biden wins the day. He changes all these U.S. attorneys. This is a big change. I think he's going to get some from both sides of the aisle. He's just not going to pick ones that are Trump appointed. But he's going to have his own people victory with that. They all walk away. He's looking right now for their replacements. So right now, there's a whole bunch of federal judges that are retiring now that Trump is gone. So I just want to ask, is Biden going to get all his judge appointments through the Senate? So far, there have been 18 that have retired. They were just waiting on Trump to be gone before they retired. Kelly, in honor of Artie, Lucy, and Jackie O being more qualified than Orange Monster's lawyers. Jackie O is Kelly's dog. He's a cutie. know why my cards feel like I need to shuffle more tonight. Will he get all his federal judges appointed and approved? Oh, victory right on the bottom. I think there was like 50 or 100 or something like that they didn't get filled. Under Trump that he had open, and then more that are retiring now. So thank you, Madam Crab. He's got to really, he's a little worn down looking for the right judges. He's been talking to a lot of people about these judges for the courts, looking for them, searching. The challenge is he's still kind of in transition, but being Biden is still kind of in transition. He doesn't have Merrick Garland confirmed yet. So there's a lot of juggling back and forth. There are some obstacles to getting all of these appointed, and it's for thank you, Kelly. It's for image sake. So I'm going to say this is Republicans throwing up obstacles, trying to cause some delays. But I get that he works together, and he gets for America, he gets these judges. But there are more that are going to leave. There's even more. We know about 17 or 18 now. There's going to be a whole bunch more, like wham. He's looking for strong judges. He's still focused right now. He's kind of backburnered on the judges. He hasn't, even though he's got people looking for him. He's focused on COVID. There have been so many deaths and so much loss and so much tragedy. He's really focused on COVID. So it might be a while before he gets these judges filled. Okay, Josh Hawley. Thank you, Sue. He sits there in the impeachment trial with his feet up on the desk, like completely unprofessional. Like, can you imagine, going into a meeting at work? Or, the senators are the jury. They're basically the jury that decides, whether to convict or not. Can you imagine sitting on jury duty with your feet propped up on a desk? I'm kind of wishing Patrick Leahy put him in his place. Well, Josh Hawley used campaign finance funds to buy food and candy at Universal Studios. Now, it was only $197, but it's the principle of the thing that he bought $197 worth of food and candy out of his campaign finance funds for his kids and his wife at Universal Studios. I want to know if he's going to get in trouble for campaign finance fraud. Because if he did it for $197, like you didn't have money to go to Universal Studios, come on, to pay for it out of your own pocket. What else did he spend campaign money on? Something legal, something wicked this way comes. you know, he's got more to worry about than just campaign finance frauds. He's about to get cut from work, probably after the trial. There's already an investigation going on into him for some of his secrets and dark dealings. Somebody's getting ready to shine a light on other things, gifts of money that he took. Thank you, Charlene. Gifts of money he took in connection to Trump. New action taken against him brings big change. This is karmic retribution. Seems to be support across the aisle both ways. Like nobody likes him because he's a part of the big lie. The whole big lie about the election was stolen. Purely for entertainment purposes only, YouTube. He's about to get in more trouble. He's about to get shoved out. I'm going to try a little timeline. Let me see if I can see. Timelines are hard, but doing videos alone. I know some of you like to see me alone sometimes, but it's actually more fun for me if I have somebody physically I can talk to and banter with. To play off of, so to speak. Josh Hawley, when are you going to be gone from the Senate? Erica watching him. Let's see if I can get a feel for timing. I'm getting in about 8 weeks, there's a shift in the Republican Party. So I don't know if that's when the trial vote happens. But in about 10 weeks, he has his tower moment. He comes under fire. I'm going to say 10 to 12 weeks, maybe. He might be gone from the government. He at least starts getting pressure. I think 10 weeks, he comes under fire, has the tower card. About 14 weeks till victory and getting him out. So 3 months roughly, Feb, March, April, mid-May, something like that. Usually when I look in weeks, I might be off a week or two. So let's watch for something to happen in roughly 10 weeks. Josh Hawley. I'd like to bitch slap him. I don't say that about many people, but Josh Hawley needs bitch slapping. Because I'm a nasty Aries woman. In case y'all didn't hear, Twitter banned Trump permanently. So let's see how Trump feels about that. It is permanent for life, even if he runs again for president. Where's my lawyers? That joke's gonna stick with me for a while now. amazing all the tweets that are coming out in the trial. You know, Trump is still smug. Here's the action taken to keep him off and pack your bags, you're gone from Twitter. He's trying to defend himself here. He may be thinking about taking legal action against them. Good luck finding a lawyer for that. You can't even keep a lawyer for your impeachment trials. But he's working on something to gather support right now, starting something new, show of strength to hang on because Biden's in. So apparently Spirit wants to talk about what Trump is planning here for like March 4th. Let's look at that again. Let me get my, I'm going to use my oldest deck. I've had this deck for 40 years. I do reversals with this deck. So pardon me, I'm going to noisy shuffle. Trump, what are you doing? And now the March 4th. No, I don't think Trump would commit suicide. He's too big a narcissist. Narcissists don't do that. They punish everybody else. Thank you, Lenny Marie. What's going on with Trump right now? He's bullying somebody. That fell out. Yeah, for those that aren't aware, March 4th is the original date of the inauguration. And then it was moved to January 20th. We looked at, because Trump's raising the rates of his DC hotel around March 4th. He did that also around January 6th. So I just want to see what's going on with him right now. Thank you, Sandra. He's paying somebody off. Hush money. I just heard hush money. He's in business mode. The challenge is the Lovers is reverse. He is finding like-minded people that he can work with right now. There's something he's trying to cover up. Somebody's got knowledge of this, but he's got them standing on his head. So he's making them nervous. And with this on the bottom, he's like paying them off. And he's trying to reverse his loss. This is a loser. He's trying to reverse his loss. Still, like he can't go, like let it go. He doesn't have his donor money anymore, though. He's not being practical, and this is just crazy stuff going through his head, just crazy. He's trying to find a way to delay all the lawsuits that are coming. He's accepting help from somebody, though. He does have some support from somewhere. He's trying to manifest something here. He's still getting some gifts of money from elsewhere in the world. People that he's worked with on dark money. He's still got money coming in. He wants to see Biden in jail. That's like he wants to see Biden arrested. The little lying Trump, can't find a job. He can't work. His strength is waning. The emperor's on his head. His strength is waning. He can't find work. He's got somebody giving him some money. That's what's tiding him over. And he's got somebody he's blackmailing, or at least pressuring. I'll put it that way, pressuring. That was interesting. I want to take a look at Bruce Castor, if he's going to last as Trump's lawyer. Saying things like, just arrest him when he's out of office. And there's an article on CNN I highly recommend reading, 21 stupid things that Castor said yesterday in his rambling speech. It was hysterical. I can't even remember. It was all so stupid. So, is Trump going to fire you, Castor, or are you going to make it to the end of the trial? His hands are too small to do manual labor. You can just search on YouTube for lawyer Castor's. Thank you, Sunflower. Impeachment trial. You can see the videos of what all he said. It's obvious that some of the things he said, like, it's obvious they think he's guilty, that he's a piece of crap. He's got his other lawyer, Michael Vanderveen, that actually said that he's a effing criminal. Got too many decks of cards out here tonight, guys. And he kept saying things like, I had to change my plans because that was a good presentation, stuff like that. It's like, oh my gosh. Mm-mm-mm. I've got the world completion on the bottom, but I'm getting he's going to get cut. Like he's not going to make it through the whole trial. Like the Republicans are even telling Trump, businessman Trump, like, hey, you need to make new plans, come up with somebody different. Sleeping on the job. He's like-minded with the government, which right now is the Dems, right? Because we're in power, he's like-minded with them. He thinks Trump's a crook. He's just keeping a lid on his emotions right now. But he's got Trump watching him, and he's looking for his payments too. Looking to get paid. He's not getting paid yet. He's looking for his money. I think it would be really hysterical if Trump tried to represent himself. For Trump the loser, for image sake, maybe trying to go to work as his own lawyer. It looks to me like Castor's not going to make it to the end. So I want to know more. I don't know if I should look at these guys separately or together. Rubio, Hawley, Cruz, Ron Johnson, Rand Pauling, I call him, Rand Paul, Rick Scott, and Tom Cotton. Wouldn't watch the videos. And I kind of want to know, does seven men, I want to know, out of those 7 men, do any of them have a moral compass anymore? Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Sandra. I think I missed you. So, will any of them flip? Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Lisa. Will any of them flip on Trump? Can't even be big boys and watch. I mean, they're the jury. They're supposed to watch the evidence. I don't think a single one of them will flip. they're manipulators, right? They're trying to block Biden as much as possible. Here they are, heads down, like, thank you, Matrie, Nancy, heads down, not watching the videos. They're just not accepting anything. But they're already getting asked a lot of questions, and there's some surprising things that are going on with them. It doesn't have to do with them flipping on Trump, but I think there's an abundance of Republicans who are like fed up with them and have a different perspective about things. So they're up to their old games. They've been doing this a long time. They're all thieves too. And they're looking at the structure of their party, and they're fighting with them behind closed doors. Like in the government, they're not getting along with them. So the Republicans are working behind closed doors to bring new strength to the party. So they want these QAnon supporters gone. They'll get them out either in elections or some other way. McConnell keeps flip-flopping. So McConnell said, don't have the impeachment trial before Inauguration Day. And then he said, well, now Trump's gone. There's no reason to have a trial. He's back and forth. But he hates the QAnon people, right? So I just want to know, McConnell, after watching these videos, are you going to vote to convict Trump? They are just imploding their party. McConnell, would you vote to convict Trump in the impeachment trial? I say yes. Big time. I'm surrounded by yes cards on him. He's going to be practical. He's trying to make plans. His challenge is the steady money, the donors coming in. And they're asking a lot of questions to Mitch. And I got yes, an agreement, a legal agreement, and another yes and victory. So, yeah, I think Mitch will vote to convict. That would be astounding. Lindsey's been rather quiet this week, but that would be amazing if Mitch voted to convict. And the evidence is just irrefutable. I don't know how anybody could, vote no to that. But they're loyalists. Just want to do a quick health reading on Trump and see what's up with his health. Now that he's out, he doesn't have people watching him so closely. Lovers fell out. May have him a new woman. Donald Trump's health. For those that are new to my channel, I do health readings a little differently. I've programmed my cards to represent certain things in health readings, different from regular tarot meanings. So skeletal system for me is wands, central nervous system, and the brain is swords. Blood or circulatory system is pentacles, and each heart or each cups card I have programmed to be different organs. And then the major arcana I use to kind of judge what's going on and can also represent my doctors and stuff. I always get he's got a bad back. He's got this one of my spine cards. He's got a bad back. He's got a blockage in his heart that they're keeping an eye on. It's affecting his circulation. He's got stomach issues. There is a big change in his addictions. So he is snorting more, drinking more, and affecting his liver. He needs to have blood work done. He always says he doesn't drink. I always get he drinks. Needs blood work done. He needs a chiropractor. There's something he's inherited from his family. I know his dad had Alzheimer's, but he's got some dementia going on also, some early stage dementia. It's screwing up the network of his how his brain's firing in his central nervous system. But he is big change with his drug habit. Big change. He is party boy central. Justice on the balance. He needs balance. Justice on the bottom. Sorry, he needs balance. I am getting tongue-tied tonight. Let's see. I'm going to look at how Representative Jamie Raskin's doing. He's been doing an amazing job. And, for those that don't know, his son died right before January 6th, and they just buried him the day before on January 5th. And I just want to take a quick look at how he's holding up. He's been through so much. Artie is on the sofa snoring. when my heat isn't blowing, you should be able to hear him because he has a wheezy snore. He always turns his head upside down when he sleeps and all that fur. Um, he has a very loud snore. It's the first cat I've ever had that snores. So, Jamie Raskin, how are you doing? Holding up? I think all of the Democrats have done an incredible job. What was her name today? I wrote it down. Stacey Plaskett. Oh my gosh, she was awesome. She came on right before Swalwell. But they've all been incredible. I forget the one lady's name, the blonde lady that got emotional, got teary-eyed while she was trying to talk. Yes, Jay, we'll take a look at Pence. Jamie Raskin. He's putting on a brave face for image. Charging in, determined. He was given this opportunity, given the job as the lead. And I feel like he wasn't sure he was up to it, because he had been going through so much, with all his burdens, but he's working hard. He has even more new things we haven't seen yet that he's going to be bringing out and talking about. There is even more new stuff like we haven't already seen enough. He's concerned that the Republicans aren't going to accept this, and that they're just going to walk away, and not convict Trump. And that's heartbreaking to him because he considers it treason. He's just bound and determined to bring the chaos the White House caused, Trump caused. He's done his investigations on everything, and because there were deaths involved, he wanted to pursue this. It's a rough transition for him. He's been doing a lot of soul searching because he's still grieving, from his son. He's been doing a lot of soul searching. Y'all send energy to him in our healing circle. He's strong, though. He's a strong character. I think he'll see, a completion to this. He's got more new things that are going to be quite emotional, that changes the fortune. I think ultimately he'll be very satisfied with how he did in presenting the case, but he could use a little white light around him, guys. Mike Pence. seeing how close the rioters got to him. Has to be pretty scary. I want to ask a couple of things. How is Mike doing? We know he's got his new job with Heritage, something or other. But how is he doing watching the impeachment trials? He's laying low. He's not saying much. He's laying low. He is watching it, though. He's showing up at, trying to be strong here, but it's making him very anxious watching this all play out and how close the treachery got to him. It surprised him, but he is listening to all the communication. He is taking a new action. I'm getting with Secret Service here. He's taking a new action with Secret Service because he realizes he's still in danger. So he may be upping his Secret Service here shortly. I don't think he realized how endangered he was. But he's talking to Secret Service. He's a completely abandoned, the White House and the treason in the White House. He's completely walked away from that. I want to know if he'll testify. Well, he may not get Secret Service, but it looks like he's talking to them. I mean, his life is threatened. And these quack jobs out there would still hang him if they could get to him. Mike Pence, will he testify in the trial? I don't think he really needs to, because the video, thank you, Larry Buddha Boy. The video does all the work for them, all the cameras and Justice on the bottom. Let's see. I don't think he will. It's like he'll watch for justice to play out, but he does feel backstabbed, and it's surprising him. the challenge is for him to move forward, move into action against Trump and Trump supporters. He's not going to do it because these guys have been with him a long time. He feels out in the cold, from Trump and his supporters. I have Mother here, and I've got the Republicans here, are telling him it's too treacherous to do that, and I feel like he's trying to use his best judgment here. He's also got some things that he's done that he's hanging on to. He's got some corruption things, some thievery and sneaky things. So I feel like he's got regrets ultimately, but he's got his own issues, and I don't think he wants that coming out. $1,660 of you in here on a Wednesday night. Exactly, Pinky. He did nothing for the pandemic. I'm trying to think if I have any more questions for tonight. I was trying to wait till Rachel Maddow's over, because I know if I go live during Rachel, which A, I like to watch Rachel, and B, if I go live during Rachel, usually there's not as many people as if I wait till after she's on or come on before her. She's my go-to news. I'm out of questions, guys. Anybody else got one? Oh, wait, I have one more. Trump, Sidney Powell, and some of the Republicans have fraud lawsuits for taking money from donors. There's one guy in Arizona that's suing them, taking money from donors that was supposed to use to fight the steal, right? Even though that was a big lie. And that money was used for personal things. So I just want to see, are there going to be more lawsuits? Is there going to be like a big class action lawsuit? So far, they're up to like $2 million in lawsuits. This is going to get a lot of media attention. Thank you, Thomas. Oh, yeah, there's going to be more. I think Sidney Powell's she may face some jail time as well as lose her law license. That's coming out. It's going to get lots of media attention. I think there's going to be 3 big lawsuits over this, and they're going to be strong cases because they covered up what they were doing with the money and took it from their donors that were, they're like-minded people. I get massive lawsuits for how they structured the donations, how they worded it, what it was supposed to be used for. There's going to be one really big case, and I think that's on Sidney Powell. She could be looking at jail time. And I think she'll end up losing her means of employment, meaning losing her law license. She'd be walking away. Let's look at Don Jr. Have to look at Don Jr. Don Jr.'s thinking about primarying against Liz Cheney in Wyoming. Don Jr. You gonna run for office in Wyoming? No, he doesn't live in Wyoming. Or he'll find a Quackanon to run against her and yeah, he won't be able to run. He's going to be too busy in court. He's got an abundance of court things here. Either that or he's crying for mommy. Mommy, Ivana. Here he is. The challenge is to get a plan going. He's going to be burdened with new court cases. Took some money he shouldn't have. Looks like this involves Russia. That's my Putin card. Gets judgment put on him, and he's looking at some jail time, I think. I always see Junior in a burgundy jumpsuit. So he won't be running in Wyoming. Well, guys, should we call it a night? And I'll save some questions for Sunday night. See, y'all keep asking me to come around to different states wherever you are. When I do personal readings, I love it. Everybody's like, "Oh, come stay with me. I'll put you up. Come stay with me." Post-COVID, I might take some of y'all up on that. Just do a tour around the U.S. and go see everybody. Well, thank you for joining me tonight. I know it's hard watching the trial. I take breaks because I'm doing readings during the day, but when I catch up later, it's heart-wrenching. So just send loving energy to all these police officers that are injured, and to Jamie Raskin especially, because he's been through so much. I keep asking Archangel Michael if he can walk up behind Holly and just knock his feet off the table. Be funny if we catch a clip of him and his feet suddenly get pushed off the table, but nothing's there. I can dream, can I? Anyway, thanks for joining me. I think, Becca, you were talking about going live later in the week too, so we'll watch for that. Johnny's on tomorrow at noon, I think, with Lori from the Way of Positive Change. If I'm getting any of these wrong, make sure you check their community tabs because they usually post on that just to make sure. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, everybody, for the super chats. Noel, I hadn't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing okay. So, everybody have a good night. Light some candles. Bye.